How's it going, everybody? CJ here, back with another video. Today I'll be doing a first thoughts with, it's the wrap up first thoughts for the day, and it's going to include just three commanders technically in this video. They're a partner pair and a single commander that I just couldn't come up with enough to have at least 5 minutes for each. So I'm going to put them together in one video. Hopefully it ends up being like 6 to 7 minutes, and we'll see. But yeah, so if you guys enjoy these videos, please remember to comment down below. Comment down below what you're going to be building for these decks. If any of these commanders catch your eye, let me know what you're doing for your deck. Let me know if I'm missing some special tech. Let me know if I'm just completely screwing up these commanders and underselling them by a significant margin. I love to hear from you guys. Comment down below. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, check me out on Patreon, check me out on Twitter. And we're going to get into this. We're going to start off with Kelsien. So Kelsien's pretty cool. It's an experience counters are back, and they're back in an interesting way. We got a pinger that gets experience counters when whatever it pings dies. So there are some cool cards in this that you could throw into this. I just thought of another one I'm going to write down because I'm going to mention it later in the video. So one of the big strategies that you can do with this deck is give Kelsien Death Touch, because that way when it pings it immediately kills whatever it hits, so you don't have to worry about like bringing power down or only hitting small things, stuff like that. So you can do stuff like Basilisk Collar or Gorgon Flail to be able to give Death Touch, and also like Retreat to Hagra and Bow Annihilia. Bow Annihilia is a little worse, but luckily it's got Vigilance, so you can attack with it, and while it's in combat, you can tap it and do the thing, because it has Death Touch when it's attacking with Bow Annihilia. And that's a really good way to be able to just easily ping stuff down if you can give it Death Touch. So run like Stoneforge Mystic, stuff like that, and Enlightened Tutor to be able to get those equipment out and easily give it Death Touch at a consistent rate. Then you got stuff like Thornbite Staff, which lets you, like, if you can give it Death Touch and put Thornbite Staff on it, you can just blow up every creature on the board constantly, because every time you kill a creature, it untaps. So that's a nice little combination there, and I think that would be a good thing to take advantage of. Forbidden Orchard is a very good land to throw in the deck, just because of the fact that it gives 1/1s. Like you can tap it to make a 1/1. Like you can tap it for any color of mana and give somebody a 1/1, which you can then shoot down and get an experience counter off of. And like you just want to try to rack up as many experience counters as you can on this creature, because you want it to be big. Torbrand is a good way to add to the damage. Instead of 1 damage, you can bolt. And if you're bolting things, you can definitely hit bigger targets, obviously, and therefore get more experience counters. One of my favorite combos in all of Magic. My friends all hate me for it. I've run into a couple decks. My original, before Paradox Engine got banned, my original Captain Sisay deck ran on this combo, and it was a competitive deck. It was fun. But the combo involves Urborg and Cormus Bell. What those two together do is it turns all lands into swamps, and all swamps into creatures, and they're 1/1s. So you'd be able to use Kelsien to just pick off people's lands with those two cards out. And you can throw in something like Ethereal Absolution or Elishnorn to just wipe out all of your opponent's lands. I love the combo, and I think it's a good fit in this deck. And yeah. And one other card that I thought of for this deck that actually does not work. Never mind. I was thinking about Humility, but it does not work because it will turn Kelsien into a not important creature. So yeah, those are my ideas for Kelsien. If you have anything else you'd like to add, comment down below. Let me know what you think, and we're gonna move on to the other two, the partners, Ukkima, Stalking Shadow, and Cazur, the Ruthless Stalker. So the more I looked at these guys, the more I liked them, but I just couldn't find enough to fill up the time. So I put them into this video. They're very cool though, and it seems like a very fun pairing. So the deck is probably going to revolve around a lot of unblockable creatures. That way you can get through as much damage as possible. Every time they hit, they get bigger. And Ukkima is probably going to be a huge part of the deck just because of the fact that it's a repeatable, unblockable dude that you can get from the command zone. And every time he hits, it gets bigger. And when it gets finally removed, it hurts whoever removed it by a lot. And so yeah, fill up the deck with a bunch of unblockable dudes. It's probably going to look something like an Edric deck, had a baby with Yuriko, and out popped this Whale Wolf. I mean, actually, I think Edric and Yuriko might both be good fits into the deck. You could go Ninja Tribal with this deck as a sub-theme. Throw in ninjas, throw in like Arcane Adaptation, Conspiracy, or Xenograph, and just go nuts. Have a fun time. And Edric is just good card draw. Other card draw cards that you can throw into this include like Coastal Piracy and Reconnaissance Mission. Reconnaissance Mission being one of the new cards. Because of everything being unblockable and hitting and getting counters, you can throw in Necropolis Regent, which just adds to the counters much faster because it gives you counters equal to the amount of damage done. You can throw Infect into the deck because unblockable, so why not? Just wipe people out way faster. You can throw in stuff like Quietus Spike to just eliminate your opponent's life totals when they hit and deal damage by knocking your life in half. And yeah, there's also a cool combo that you can throw into this deck with Ukkima and Narumiha / Ghostly Flicker or Displace. You can deal infinite damage to your opponents just by flickering Narumiha and Ukkima over and over and over again, and having Narumiha copy the Ghostly Flicker every time, so that way it just continues and just blow people out. It's a cool little combo you can throw in. I know one person that's been in a couple of videos on the channel, his name's Peter, loves Narumiha in this combo, so it's a good fit. And yeah, that's what I got for Ukkima and Cazur. They seem pretty straightforward, but there's some fun stuff you could do with them. And I think that the ninjas idea could be a lot of fun to do. Especially, like, just seems like a lot of fun. It seems like a lot of fun. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please remember to comment down below. Comment down below what you want to build out of all these guys that I've talked about today. And any cool tech that you have for them. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe. Check me out on Patreon if you really want to support the channel and like what we're doing. You can join us in Discord and play some games with us online while coronavirus is going on. And yeah, check me out on Twitter. We will see you guys next time. Peace out.